What's up, everybody? Welcome back. Hope everybody's having a great day or night whenever you're watching this. The Oklahoma City Thunder had an awesome season overall. Came up short in the end, but for as young of a team as they are, their season was really, really impressive. You had guys like Shea prove that they're MVP level players. Chet showed that he is going to be a dominant force for a long time. J-Dub looked awesome. Isaiah Joe, Aaron Wiggins. There's just so many good things going on in OKC. And while they did come up short, they got $35 million cap space. So what we're going to do in this video is we're going to figure out what to do with that $35 million cap space, because they're really one or two players away from being like that legit title team without anybody else growing. So you're going to have the $35 million. You're probably going to have to spend it on somebody, and they do have a weakness. They do have a particular weakness. It's size. They were lackluster in the rebounding, and it showed against Dallas because Dallas really worked for those extra offensive possessions. And OKC, you got $35 million, so let's go spend it. Let me know in the comments who you want to see the Thunder go sign or even trade for. In this video, we're just going to talk about free agent signings. I didn't concoct any trade acquisitions or anything like that, but we're going to get into it right now. I have 3 potential targets for them that I think could help their team. One of them does not fit the rebounding big man criteria, but you'll see him at the end. Before I get into it, if you're new to the channel, please subscribe if you like this kind of content. Please like the video. But the option number 1, and I'm sure a lot of you Thunder fans and NBA fans all around have seen it, Isaiah Hartenstein. He should be their main focus. 7-footer, super good rebounder, always hustling out there. Pretty solid defender, and my favorite part about him is he's a good passer. And you need that in the short roll. That's going to be perfect. He's the perfect fit for this Thunder team, and he's probably going to command about 20 mil or so. Rightfully so, because he's been good anywhere he's been. The Clippers missed him dearly. The Knicks were loving life with him. But somebody's got to offer him a nice contract, and I think OKC should be the team to do it. He's the perfect guy because he's good at screening, he protects the rim, he rebounds, and he's going to be good in the short roll. So guys like Chet can go play at the 4 where there's not as much physical contact going on, or you can have Chet play that free safety and rim protecting. It just overall bolsters their team, because that was the one thing they missed, was the size. The second guy, and I don't know if they're going to be able to go for him or not, because it depends kind of on what the Nets want to do, but Nick Claxton. He's like just a hyper athlete who's the main reason I would say would probably take him over Hartenstein is he's one of the best defenders in the league, and he's very switchy, very agile, great rim protector. Like, he's a perfect fit for this team as well. He's a good rebounder. He's not the passer that Hartenstein is, but good screener, super hyper athletic, like I said, lob threat. There's a lot of things you can do with him out there, and you know, him and Chet on the glass would be a really nice combo. They kind of complement each other's games in terms of what the other isn't really all that known for. Like, Claxton's not a shooter, Chet can shoot. I think it would work. He'd be a good fit. I like Hartenstein more just because of the quick decision making that he has and the passing ability. And I think he's a little bit bigger body. So ultimately, I think if you end up with Hartenstein or Claxton, that's a dub. And I would love to see either of those guys on this team. But the third guy, and this is not a big, but it is a weakness that they showed in that postseason, was they didn't really have a great point guard to rely on. Shea's not a point guard. That's not his game. He's a 2, in my opinion. He's a bucket getter. That's what his first objective is. They need somebody that can set the table for the other guys a little bit more and space the floor, because Giddey can't space the floor, and that killed them in the minutes that he played. He wasn't the reason that they lost the series, but it was a definite reason as to why they did. It wasn't the whole reason. But I think a guy like Tyus Jones would be perfect for this team. He's a veteran. He can space the floor. Has like the best turnover to assist ratio in the league in the past like decade. And he's just a smart, heady player. He's been in the playoffs. He's been there with the Grizzlies. He's been in big moments. There's a lot to look for in him. And I don't think he's commanding 20+ mil or anything like that. So you could maybe go get a Hartenstein and a Tyus Jones. And now you've either got Tyus as your 6th man, or he's starting, whatever. I don't know what happens with Giddey in the offseason. But having Tyus as like your 6th man, and Kaysen can play off of him, that's a good fit too, in my opinion, because of the passing that Tyus possesses, that Kaysen isn't quite there yet. I think it would be good for his development as well. And there's no saying that you have to give Tyus a 4-year deal. He may take a 2 or a 3, and then you still have the money to re-sign J-Dub and Chet when the time comes. So I think Tyus would be a really good fit. I think it's kind of people didn't really realize how important it was to have that like true point guard on the team that could space the floor. because then they can play 5 out. Right, you couldn't do that with Giddey because people would just sag off of him, and then you have extra clutter in the paint, and it makes it harder for a guy like J-Dub to go be as efficient as he is in the regular season because it's more dumbed down. Like, the teams know what you're going to do now, and it's important that you have all the space in the world in today's NBA, and that's something that Tyus could provide along with the great decision making that he possesses. Ultimately, I think adding any of combination or any of these 3 guys gives the Thunder a chance to be in the finals next year, along with the growth of a J-Dub, a Chet, Shea if he gets even better, Casey Wallace gets even better. Like, they're looking like, of the next 5 years, looking like the most dangerous young team that's coming up through the ranks. And they just had their first playoff run. They won a playoff series. They took Dallas to 6. And it's not even arguable. They have played Dallas the best out of everyone. And Dallas played the Clippers. The Thunder played them harder. And then Dallas plays the Timberwolves, and the Timberwolves couldn't figure them out. But the Thunder were there. And I mean, granted, so were the Timberwolves, except for that last game where they just got absolutely obliterated. But ultimately, like, the Thunder, they're right there. They're just missing a little bit of size and a little bit of decision-making and some floor spacing. And they're there. That's it. And they got 35 million picks. Like, this should be the easiest walk in the park for them to turn this team into, like, the favorites come out the West next season. I'm very curious as to who they bring in because they're going to spend some money. But it's also, like, not to trash OKC, but it's OKC. Players aren't always lining up to go there. But ultimately, the players that do go there say they love it. So I think this is one of those rare off seasons where we have a team that was, like, coming up the ranks, and now this is their chance to make it be like, yeah, no, we're the favorite, and we should be. So we'll see what happens. Probably touch back in like 2 months on grading their off season. But ultimately, Sam Presti's done great with a lot of his acquisitions and what he does in the offseason. Like, he built this team through the draft and through signing undrafted young players. Like, he does what he does. This is why he's one of the best GMs in the league. And they're going to be in great shape after this offseason. I'm so confident in them. But anyway, in the comments, let me know who you want to see the Thunder sign or even trade for. My particular 3 targets, if you got to this point, obviously Isaiah Hartenstein would be awesome. Nick Claxton would be awesome. Tyus Jones would be really, really good for this team. And that's something that we can look forward to because they're coming away with somebody. We know they're going to do, they should at least. But yeah, they got a rare opportunity here to be the best team in the league for the next 3 years. And that doesn't come around very often. But let me know in the comments how you're feeling, who you want to see. And yeah, thanks for watching. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe if you like this kind of content. Please like the video. But it's, what are we, 3 or 4 days away from the finals? And I think next year we could be seeing an OKC Thunder team in the finals. If they make some key acquisitions, of course. But thanks for watching. I'm done. Peace.